So if you're coming to Hungary trying to find yourself a hot woman and you can't, it's okay. You can just come look at the fountains because they're just as sexy. Those are the nicest boobs I've ever seen on a statue. Welcome to the city of Szeged. This is Hungarian city number 2. In this tiny little park sits a tiny little church. So when I explore the world, I don't do any research on things. I like kind of the shock value of walking around the corner and boom, there's something there. Here's an example. What is that? On my map, it's simply labeled as museum. Welcome to Verto Park. I'm going to try and squeeze this in before the sun sets. So I didn't come here for this small lake and this little park that wraps around it. There's supposed to be 10 to 12 pieces of artwork, which I'm going to try and find. Yep, there's definitely a whole bunch of different artwork here. Well, I was shocked to see this giant tower here, but now I'm walking down this street and I see this whopping thing. I have no idea what that is, but let's go see. Yes, as I predicted, it is a UFO. It is aliens. I knew it. So let's study this thing together. It's bloody huge, solid concrete, really friggin' ugly, but this one here reminds me of like a Reese's peanut butter cup. So that's what that might be, a giant Reese's peanut butter cup. And this one, I really don't know. Yeah. So I'm standing on the corner here waiting for some other people to walk by to ask what the hell this thing is, and 2 young girls happened to walk by. I said, "Do you speak English?" And they gave me this friggin' face, and then I said, "Do you speak English?" "Not really." And I'm like, oh my god, you're so rude. Why are all the pretty girls in Eastern Europe absolute bitches? Excuse my language. So I ended up asking an older guy who walked by, and he actually spoke English. Somebody in his 50s, which is funny. He spoke English and he said it's a water tower. Yeah, I'm sorry to say it, but it's the truth. From all the continents visited and all the men and women I've met in the world, the prettiest yet rudest women I've ever encountered live in Eastern Europe. And look, oh, it's the American Embassy. Hello. The National Theater. This huge corner building has been turned into a nightclub. This city has a long river that runs through the middle of it. There are gardens on the other side, a botanical garden. As you can see, this is a boat/restaurant. Dock is the name. It is a Friday night, everyone is out. It's a little bit dark now. I will return to more during the day so you can see the river. As you can see, everybody's sitting on the steps enjoying a beer on a Friday night. It is the first week of September, so all of school is back in, the colleges, the universities, everything. So all of the kids are back and they're ready to party. This is a large outdoor beer garden. And inside here they got some pretty cool party rooms. It's also labeled as a castle museum. Well, I wasn't going to come here till tomorrow night, but in front of this fountain is a museum, and in front of this museum is what looks like a possible food festival. But there's a lot of people hanging out here, so I'm going to check it out. So I looked all around at what people were eating, and I noticed that actually nobody is eating. Everyone is drinking because it's actually an alcohol fest, as you can see. Lots and lots of alcohol. So I counted, there's approximately, well, I saw 22 alcohol trucks and 3 ambulances, just in case. So all these drink trucks, they all have different names, and I think this is my favorite one here. Don't be a dick. They even have some live entertainment going on. Take a look.
The money didn't make me happy.
So I just asked somebody what the heck this is. They said it's the Rum and Gin Festival. So all of this is only rum and gin. Across the street on the corner here is a bar that is, well, I find funny and interesting, but you might find it slightly controversial. It's basically a church that's been turned into a club. It's a priest with a shot glass. Come on inside and take a look with me. They even have confession booths inside. Oh my God, this is hilarious. So today I'm on my way to explore the largest and oldest cemetery in the city, as well as look at the zoo from the outside as usual. A couple of gardens, botanical garden, a reserve, a whole bunch of different parks, and get as much done today as I can. Welcome to the largest and oldest cemetery in the city. I don't remember if I've said this in a previous video or not, but if I did, well, let's just repeat myself. The reason I like coming to cemeteries. I think the meaning of life is quite clear when you walk through a cemetery. The meaning of life is that we're all gonna die. So whether you have a bicycle or a BMW, or you have $1 or $1 million, we all end up right here in one of these little boxes. Afterlife, all that stuff, whatever you want to believe in spiritually, religiously, it's up to you. But what I like to say is you have one life to live, live it. So get out there and do what you want to do before you end up in one of these little cement boxes. This guy here died at 28 years old. Welcome to the city zoo. Well, I hope you enjoyed your visit at the zoo. I took the tram back into the center. I'm now going to walk along the river, cross the river, and explore on the other side. As you can see, there are some beaches scattered along this river. I am heading over the bridge to that side. That is the bridge I'm taking there. There's also some boat tours that go along the river and everything. There is a water park on the other side of the bridge, as you can see. So let me show you on your map here what I just did. I went across this bridge to this little beach area, and I walked and I walked and I walked and I walked all the way 40 minutes all the way down this street where I am now. And as you can see with this gardens here, you know, Japanese garden, tulip garden, little pond, looks super beautiful. But of course, as you can see, I'm standing at the fence with the lock on it. Boom, boom. Whatever this was or is completely closed. Now I gotta walk 45 minutes all the way back to the friggin' city. I hate when that happens. Okay, so I've decided to be a criminal and I jumped over the fence. Because when I look at my map, I'm thinking I'm either at a gate that's sort of the back of this park and I have to walk another 30 minutes all the way around to the front, or it's completely closed. Either way, I cheated. Please don't tell the cops. Please don't get me arrested on this video. But I'm gonna wander through and see if this is open. It's very pretty, whatever it is. Okay, so it's official. I am a criminal. I jumped over the fence, and there's a family walking through the botanical gardens, so I will have to pay when I leave out the front. Well, it is Sunday afternoon. It's a beautiful day, and there's absolutely nobody here, except for that one family. So I think because it's across the bridge, kind of in the middle of nowhere, it's just not very popular, but it's very quiet, very green, and very beautiful. I found the Japanese garden, and there's still no people anywhere. This is awesome. These are some tall cactuses. Tropussy. Ah, tropical butterfly. Okay.
Itt van rajta még. Tökös szőlei vannak.
Így is, de milyen nagy, azt nézzétek, hogy mekkora.
Nem, oda rárepült, csak barátságos. Ez igen. Szeretnél lemászni a kezemről?
Well, I am super happy I jumped over the fence and broke the law and illegally entered the botanical gardens because it is beautiful. Welcome to the Rose Garden. So as I leave this beautiful park full of roses and tulips, I'm reminded of a wonderful joke. But this isn't exactly a family-friendly joke, so children, stop the video here. So for all the adults, here's my joke. What's better than roses on a piano? Tulips on an organ.
És akkor ezért.
So as I exited, well, I found the entrance. So I'm back at this water park pool area and it looks awesome. So the side of the river that I'm on with the water park has all of these condos, it has rental units, it has some apartments, it has hotels, like motels, it is a campground. So pretty much all of this is private. Now I don't know if the river rises a huge amount, but you can see this wall that I'm walking on here, this road down the hill. All of these condos and apartments are up on stilts. Everything is raised, as you can see here as well. All of these little houses are elevated up in the air. I've been walking for quite a while and all of them are raised. So my host I am staying with told me this morning that there's a shipwreck that has been pulled up on land that is kind of an attraction for people to come see, which I had never heard of. It's 5 kilometers east of the center of the city. I jumped on a bus. I am actually in the area now, so I'm out in the countryside in the middle of nowhere, and I'm going to try and find this shipwreck. Excuse me, do you know where the shipwreck is? Well, I found it. It definitely is old. Now for the 1-hour walk back to the city. Good afternoon, it's the last day of exploring and I want to start things off by showing you another one of these giant water towers. Dun, 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 dun. So if you're coming to Hungary trying to find yourself a hot woman and you can't, it's okay. You can just come look at the fountains because they're just as sexy. I must admit, those are the nicest boobs I've ever seen on a statue. And yet again, another hot chick with big boobies reaching for a fish, I think. Yeah, my guess is that's a fish. Maybe she's a mermaid. Actually, no, she's not because she's got legs. 2 of them. But who cares what she is? She's got giant boobies. Across the street from this park is the National Theater that I saw the first night. What I'm loving most about my last 3 countries visited, Bulgaria, Romania, and here in Hungary, are these public drinking fountains. Now some of them you turn them on and off by hand, but in this case there's a button on the bottom you push with your foot and watch. Boom. Love it. Free drinking water everywhere. Big job for you that never ends. Graffiti cover-up artists. Go around and cover up all the graffiti. That's a never-ending job that you have to do for the rest of your life. I am back at that giant square that had the alcoholic festival the other night with the dancing fountain. No alcohol, no people, no chairs, no vending. Wow. No stage. Very quiet. I believe they're holding up a giant lotus. All these people are trying to hold up the lotus, and one guy didn't make it. I'm now about to enter through this building. You can see the tunnel underneath, and it goes to Dome Square and the largest cathedral in the city. So I'll let you know now that the square is absolutely full of lots of little wooden huts. You can see here on the left, there's some type of festival or event going on, maybe a craft thing. And there it is, boom. The square looks like it has one of those animation clocks that you see in many cities in Europe, where the little figurines come out and dance around when it chimes. Normally one of the 2 towers, there is a lookout point for tours, but as you can see there's scaffolding on both sides. They're doing restoration of both towers. There are 3 surrounding walls that surround the square, and as you can see there are dozens of busts that go all the way around. This is only one of the 3 walls. Well, that confirms it. Visitor Center Tower Visit. I'm doing my best to show you the church and surrounding area, but there's a lot of construction. There are many cool pieces of artwork scattered around, but this one is quite creepy. Very creepy. Many tents. Yay, I found another one of these bronze sculptures. So there's the cathedral in the center, obviously, as you can see. And I came through this tunnel on this side, right here, through this door. And these three walls, 1, 2, 3, are full of hundreds of the busts. There's the cathedral in the front. Well, those are some bold statements up top there in the signs. Welcome to the University of Szeged, the best university in Hungary. Ooh, competition. This beautiful building here is the Anna Thermal Baths. Now it is a Saturday afternoon, so I'm actually heading to do my street project. I will not be heading in for a bath today. The baths are open. There are people actually going in and out with their bathing suits on and their flip-flops. It is definitely a beautiful old building. There's a nice city map here, but there is quite a reflection on it. You can see there's the Tisza River that runs through. Right here is the baths that we just saw. I came around the corner. I'm now going to head through this huge park. There's pretty much a monument on every single corner here and a fountain as well. This is the main center. I'll be working on this street today, but I'm going to show you all of this tomorrow because today is a work day. We've got the giant cathedral. There's a whole lot to see. Let's check out the park. If you like flowers, this is definitely a gorgeous park. You guys need some help moving this? It looks pretty heavy. But you got some ginormous muscles, so you should be okay. This building here is Szeged City Hall. And there you have it. That is the park. It is beautiful, a must-see. I am now going to head down that street towards the square. As you can see, they have some shading up above, and I was waiting for the sun to move so I can use that shadow to do my street project. Because it is Frosh Week for colleges and universities, all the parties are going on the street. But here comes a parade of students, probably super drunk, singing away. Welcome to the main walking street. For your information, there's the name of it. I must say to all the European cities out there that have hot streets with no coverings, this shading that they built above is fantastic on a hot, sunny summer's day. I think my favorite building is this one, not for the building itself or the architecture, but these really cool metal pieces of artwork. So this is where I did my street project the other night. I think what was great about it is these three hot chicks were staring at me the whole time. Look at how smoking hot these girls are. I'm like, hello ladies, what's up baby? Look at this one. I'm like, oh yeah. Then I realized they're frickin' mannequins. I got all depressed, but hey, you know what? They're 50% off, so who cares? If you're ever not quite sure if you're on the main walking street, just look for these three simple things. A Subway sandwiches, Starbucks Cafe, and number 3, the American Embassy. Well, that's pretty cool. It's a streetcar tram that's been turned into a bar. The detail in the artwork way back then was unbelievable. The amount of time and love to design this stuff is crazy.